in all the European economy and also the world economy. But I believe that the fundamentals of the Spanish economy are quite strong. We're growing this first quarter of the year by 6.4% year on year. We're expecting to grow at 4.3% for the 2022. And also the employment rate is quite impressive. We have 20 million people already working in Spain, which is a figure that we didn't witness for a long period of time in our country. And actually, with the agenda of reforms that we are delivering and also the recovery plan and the European funds, we are ready to, first of all, to amortiguate all the economic consequences of this terrible war, but actually to modernize our economy and to increase our competitiveness and productivity. So, nevertheless, we are, of course, suffering these terrible consequences of the war. We are facing a very positive and optimistic and with confidence the near future for the Spanish economy.
While you sound somewhat upbeat, let me ask you more broadly then around monetary policy, because we had very explicit language from the ECB's Christine Lagarde. She was talking about the potential for July that is now on the table, and then a follow-up rate hike in September. If we talk about Spain more broadly, you've extended out debt maturities on loans. You've used the benefit of low interest rates and access to credit. Debt to income is fairly high when we talk about households as well across Spain. What is the threat, particularly for your country, as interest rates go up?
Well, I would say that it is indeed very important to have an alignment between the monetary policy and the fiscal policy in the European Union. So if we consider what happened with the pandemic and the economic response that we gave as Europe, I think this is the lesson that we have to take into account when we face the terrible consequences of the war in Ukraine. So that is why I think it's important to have, this, of course, ECB monetary policy aligned with the fiscal policy. And for that, public investment, European funds, modernization of our economy, going for a greener and digital economy in Europe and especially in Spain is crucial. And I would say that, of course, our forecast for the year 2025 is to have public deficit below 3%. And public debt below 110%. So we are committed with fiscal consolidation, but nevertheless, we need to engage not only public investment but also private investment on the modernization of our economy. We're going definitely to a greener economy in Spain, and that is why we are engaging 40% of the total amount of the European funds to the green economy, to the green transition, so to say.
And yet, sir, the real economy, real incomes, corporate profits, the amount of money which is available to invest is being sived by this huge burst of inflation. And just to add to Karen's point, Spanish debt, which was priced at zero not so long ago, is now over 2%, a long way from where we were at the height of the crisis in 2009 to 2012, but even so, rising aggressively. Could that dent the ability of individuals, of corporations, of the Spanish state to spend money?
Well, we're not expecting that, really. I think that these are exogenous, I would say, factors, such as a war in Ukraine and the consequences in the European economy. But we are engaged with the fiscal consolidation. We are engaged with a very strong reform agenda, pension reforms, labor reform, educational and vocational training reform, climate change, and all this energetic transition in Spain towards this greener, I would say, energy system. So, we're very engaged with this agenda of reforms, structural reforms, and also all together with these public investments that are coming from the European Union funds, which will give us the opportunity to improve our competitiveness and productivity.